Preteens are my people. I speak their language.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's Gina Linetti has a middle school approach to life.
I'm incorporating emoji into my speech to better express myself. Winky face.
She's a queen of social media.
If I die, turn my tweets into a book.
Her main passion, and the basis for her entire self-image, is what most adults would call a hobby: dance.
This dance will be performed in 4 movements, each one expressing one aspect of my personality.
The kind of adult stresses that torture her colleagues pass her by,
There's more to life than scores and book learning.
while social hierarchies and interpersonal drama cut straight to her core.
Oh my God. Is everything okay with your family?
Family, what? No, this is serious. Florgasm just came by and danced me out of the group.
And when she interacts with actual middle school kids, she immediately grasps and invests in their problems.
Mackenzie is in the bathroom right now freaking out because Kelsey S. made out with Hayes even though she knows Brianna's into him. I have to be there for her.
But just when it might seem tempting to write her off as an immature, head-in-the-clouds slacker,
Why do you have so many Lycra bodysuits?
Gina will surprise her colleagues with a moment of profound wisdom, an ingenious solution only she could devise, or reveal that she's been their secret puppet master all along.
The G-hive is real. I can't believe you did it, Gina. You're a legend.
So this overgrown adolescent's hidden talents lead us to ask, what if all of life really is just like middle school? And Gina's the only one who switched on enough to see it.
The commissioner race, like all of life, is a popularity contest, and Olivia is sitting at the hot senior table whilst you are eating lunch alone.
Here's our take on how Gina Linetti's middle school mentality is her superpower, and what we can learn from regressing into her mindset.
Terry, ditch the shirt. I'm ready to learn.
You're watching
The Take.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to share and subscribe.
This video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community where millions of people come together to take classes that fuel their creative journey. If you're one of the first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description below, you'll get 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. So become a member today and start exploring your creativity for less than $10 a month.
You two are obviously the alphas.
How did you know?
I know so much.
Preteens on the cusp of adolescence are typically testing boundaries, easily distracted, and more interested in social dynamics and extracurricular activities than structured academic pursuits.
Say it to my face.
I did. You were looking at your phone.
Oh, cool, my bad.
Gina Linetti is the embodiment of this middle school mentality.
Breakups are cartoony thumbs down. They make people feel faced with X's for the eyes.
Her main interests are social media and celebrity culture. She takes comfort in Oprah's Legends Ball and sending out prayers to Beyonce, Rihanna, and Cardi B.
Dear Beyonce, Solange, Rihanna, someone cool that's white, Cardi B, please bless this flesh. Woman.
The only authority she truly respects are psychics.
Psychologists are just people who weren't smart enough to be psychics.
And she's obsessed with dance, not as a serious professional pursuit, but as a lens through which to understand the world.
We should have been speaking your language. The language of dance.
Unlike Rosa, who was a classically trained ballerina in her youth, Gina doesn't treat dance as a discipline to be developed with hard work. She views it as a natural grace and state of being that's been bestowed upon her by a higher force.
Look at me, I've had no official dance training, yet here I stand. A miracle of movement.
What most epitomizes Gina's middle school phase, though, is the value she places on social currency. The importance of popularity is at its peak during middle school.
Lame.
That kid gets it.
Gina achieves her social currency in 3 main ways: through influence, mystery, and adaptability. While Gina's job as the precinct's civilian administrator would seem to put her low on the professional totem pole, she exercises an influence over the team that far exceeds her official rank. She understands that gaining authority over the boss, Captain Holt, heightens her standing within the 9-9. And Gina frequently gets his ear and becomes his advisor thanks to her confidence and unique situational insights, even acting as an unconventional teacher to him.
And she in turn is teaching me to trash talk. The hospital called. Your test results came back positive. You're a stage 5 dumbass.
You have come so far.
With other colleagues, Gina asserts her status through a caustic tongue and withering put-downs.
Amy, I wish I could do lunch today, but I'm currently out of town.
In Giannis Gabriel's paper, An Introduction to the Social Psychology of Insults in Organizations, he talks about how insults can help establish a pecking order within an organization.
Who says Papa? Are you little French boy?
Most of all, she understands that projecting confidence is key to maintaining a dominant position of influence.
All men are at least 30% attracted to me. My mother cried the day I was born because she knew she would never be better than me.
The second way Gina establishes her social currency is through mystery. Gina places such value on cultivating mystique that she even names her baby Enigma.
If it's a girl, how about the Enigma?
Oh my God, I already thought of that. And then if it's a boy, it could just be
Enigma.
Research shows that lying peaks in the early teen years as young people strive for autonomy.
I was born for politics. I have great hair, and I love lying.
And when it comes to the story of Gina's life, or the many lives of Gina Linetti, we never quite know which of the larger-than-life threads we hear to believe. Was she really engaged 8 times? Does she truly know the Papa John? The colorful mythology of Gina reminds us of the many legends the students in Mean Girls buy into about their queen bee, Regina George, who, though in high school, also utilizes many of these middle school social tools to rule.
I hear her hair's insured for $10,000.
I hear she does car commercials in Japan.
The third way that Gina gains social currency is through adaptability. Gina is a highly adept social butterfly, adjusting to fit the hierarchy of whatever room she enters.
Ashanti.
When Rosa can't engage with the intellectuals at Captain Holt's party, she brings in Gina,
I feel like I'm the Paris of people.
whose eccentricities immediately attract the fascination of these academics.
Complete overlap of ego and id. It's been theorized, but I never thought I'd see it.
When she leaves the 9-9, this middle school genius for social currency pays off even more concretely in the world at large. Her talents for exercising influence, creating a cult of oneself, and transforming oneself to fit the audience turn Gina into a bona fide social media mogul with millions of fans in her G-hive.
Over 1 million people are living their lives according to the Gina Commandments. They're like the 10 Commandments, only there's more and they're better. I grew up forging report cards. If people knew how smart I was, it would have been harder to control them.
A major upside to Gina's obsession with social currency is that it enables her to read people. She's kind of a social genius.
I'm fluent in face. I can tell you what the jury's thinking at any given moment. I see an eyebrow twitch, I'm like, oh.
There's a common misconception that people become more perceptive as they get older, but that doesn't tell the whole story. In 2017, Ohio State University found that while adults were better at remembering information they were told to focus on, the kids picked up on a wider array of information. This apparent lack of focus may be what leads Gina's colleagues to underestimate her, but it's also a weapon she wields to great effect. It's like Gina sees life through a wide-angle lens.
He yelled at me when I asked him the same question about Jay-Z 3 times in a row. Whoever takes this IT job is gonna have to deal with Hitchcock asking how to log into his email every single day.
Gina sees environments like her workplace as collections of people responding to each other's moods, temperaments, and goals. And this is exactly what all professional, social, and familial situations are. Yet it's striking how few people manage to keep this perspective in mind.
Life is chaos. Success is completely arbitrary, and confidence is everything.
Gina can instantly diagnose what's going on beneath the surface, thanks to her powerful emotional intelligence.
Amy, the lesson I wanted to leave you with is to just be yourself.
The fact that Gina is so perceptive reveals the world around her is a lot more like middle school than we like to acknowledge. Take a look at her coworkers. All of their essences can be understood through familiar youth types. You've got Amy Santiago, the straight-A student desperate for approval.
I have been waiting weeks to bust this bad boy out.
New binder smell.
Jake Peralta, the cool kid whose actual life is a mess.
See? It's impossible to find anything in here. It's not my fault.
Rosa Diaz, the bully with the heart of gold.
I'll pay for that.
And Boyle, the weird, overly sensitive kid.
I'm making him a goat stew.
All of whom circle around the adults in the room. The stern, disciplined Captain Holt and the kind, encouraging, proud Mama Hen, Sergeant Jeffers. Gina gets this and uses it to act as a kind of effortless puppet master.
On it. I'll take him to Housewares and I'll ask him the difference between a skillet and a frying pan. That'll buy you 6 hours.
Gina shows how honestly stripping people down to their psychological cores allows you to thrive in social spheres.
Your folly was in treating them as children.
Of course, we should have been treating them like adults.
No, wrong again. They're not children, they're not adults, they're animals.
She's revealed to have been the driver of elaborate plots all along, like a secret mastermind who's always a few steps ahead.
It's loading. We got internet.
All right, I guess my work here is done, guys.
But despite her cold-hearted, mean girl front,
I'm the bully around here. Ask anyone.
Gina frequently uses her powers of social intelligence for good, showing that she's a genuine people person who cares for others.
I got Rosa to feel her feelings too. Inadvertent Gina moment, 2 for 1. Come in, my babies, come in.
She knows exactly what to say to get people out of bad moods, can figure out what's bothering them, and comes up with the most thoughtful gifts.
But I took that cheddar and I made you this special, Rosa's gonna make this called her bitch care package.
When her colleagues are in trouble and nothing else is working, she swoops in and solves their problems.
The precinct will not be shut down. There was a swell of online support orchestrated by an organization called Gina Zone.
I think you mean Gina's on.
It's not all plain sailing for Gina, though.
IT says the internet is down.
What? No! I had just clicked a link that said Balloon Boy grew up hot. Now I will never see those pictures.
Middle school is a particularly challenging time, and there are plenty of moments when Gina acts exactly like the negative cliche of how you'd expect a middle schooler to act.
How was I supposed to know there'd be consequences for my action?
There's very little in her life that she takes seriously. She's selfish, she goofs off, she's directionless, bordering on nihilistic,
We'll all be dead so soon.
and for all that she's perceptive, intuitive, and socially skilled, she can also be stuck, defensive, and unsure of how to harness her full potential to be the success she knows she can be.
No doubt, Gina Culpa.
Gina has the classic middle schooler's insecurity and hypersensitivity to others' opinions. Her swaggering bravado can mask something of an inferiority complex.
Detective. Can you imagine what that word sounds like to someone who's not a detective? Discriminatory.
She can't stand the idea of blows to her status, which is why she hates herself for getting involved with Charles, whom she sees as a clear social inferior.
But I committed a horrible sexual blunder and I'm no longer wolf-worthy. My spirit animal is now this.
Gina's intense shame over this fling is way out of proportion to the situation, as no one else in the 9-9 even really sees the hierarchy that's so important in her mind. Likewise, she places too much importance on protecting her reputation.
Nobody can ever know that we had sex, all right? I have spent years cultivating a reputation as someone who sleeps with bike messengers or better.
Instead of seeking help when she's struggling, she hides any weakness or vulnerability that she fears could make her appear as less than a superwoman.
I was missing Iggy and I wanted to see her.
Well, you could have just told me.
Yeah, but I was embarrassed. I thought I'd be as incredible at being a working mom as I am at everything else I do.
Her habitual lying and her clear narcissism.
The only reason I didn't tell you guys is because I don't value you as people. So it's like, why be honest?
Are tendencies which often compensate for low self-esteem, feelings of inferiority, or a lack of confidence in who you truly are.
It's gonna be Fib City population. Gina Clooney.
Preston Nee writes in Psychology Today that since deep down, narcissists don't believe their real selves are worthy, scheming and manipulation are resorted to in order to succeed. It's typical of teens to rapidly change interests and behaviors, like they're trying personalities on for size, and sometimes it feels like Gina's still window shopping for her identity.
I mean, I could do basically anything. I could come up with a new form of cryptocurrency called Gina Coin, make millions. Could write a YA novel about literally anything, I think, and make millions.
She may be bold and brash, but this shapeshifter would also rather create exciting stories around herself than risk exposing her full, authentic self.
After my initial design, they said it couldn't be done. Cut to the Freedom Tower as you see it today.
Crucially, becoming a mother is a key turning point that helps Gina graduate from some of these adolescent hang-ups. The new Gina learns to open up and share her real-life struggles.
Juggling things is hard. I feel like a failure. I feel like a coulier.
She takes work more seriously, helping her colleagues on cases, matchmaking for Rosa, and coaching Captain Holt in his bid to become police commissioner.
You are gonna kill these dinosaurs.
She starts thinking about long-term decisions and considering her future.
Yeah, listen, I have a daughter now. When she grows up, I want to be doing something that makes her proud.
And when she leaves the 9-9, she blossoms into the extremely successful, in-demand professional queen she was born to be.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then God, a woman, said, "Let there be Gina!"
The thing about the middle school mentality is that much of it shouldn't end with middle school. Middle school was designed as a bridge.
It's time for me to move on.
It's a window of time when personal growth, spiritual development, and social interactions are paramount before those periods when the long-term, concrete concerns of young adulthood start to dominate.
Pizzazz is who I am. Would you tell the sky to stop being so blue?
Where depictions of high school may focus on relationships, puberty, or the increasingly adult stresses of adolescence, and those of earlier childhood may focus on world-building, early friendships, or chaotic play, middle school on screen is often more existential, a window into characters' interior lives. The middle schooler isn't focused on achievement, but development. They're not thinking about the long-term future, but about their essential identity, who they're trying to be now, and what their philosophy of life is.
I don't want stability and a paycheck. I want to take a risk. Quote, "A bird can never learn to fly if it doesn't leave the nest."
Gina Linetti gets that these priorities, focusing on the now, being yourself, and understanding the social organism, don't have to disappear just because you get older.
It's a party for Gina. It absolutely has to be splashy, Terrence.
Terrence, would you jump into a pool without water? No, the splash is what keeps you alive. Splash is life.
And she proves that this mentality can help you win in a lot of very adult endeavors.
You be my landlady? You're Gina. Your lifelong dream is to be on Wife Swap. You call Gum the dentist. You think Ray J is a national treasure.
Gina's doing pretty well for herself, and she clearly feels very satisfied with her life and herself.
The only thing I'm not good at is modesty, because I'm great at it.
So it makes perfect sense that Gina should be the first main character to leave the precinct.
Tonight I realized that my talents are being wasted at the 9-9.
This exceptional individual who exists on her own plane knows she has to spread her wings and find a bigger world for herself.
So you really didn't learn anything?
No, but I hope you did. Can't school Gina. Gina schools you. Class dismissed.
If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified about all of our new videos. This video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community that offers affordable classes designed to fit your schedule and skill level. When you join Skillshare, you'll get access to thousands of workshops taught by amazing professionals, and you'll receive feedback and encouragement from your fellow creatives. One Skillshare class you can check out right now is Don Mopasi's class on how to create an 80s-style retro DeLorean loop animation in Cinema 4D and After Effects. The visual artist will also walk you through various techniques and tools that you can use for motion graphics projects. Right now, Skillshare is offering our viewers 2 months access to all of their classes for free, but that's only if you're one of the first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description below. So join today and jumpstart your creative journey.